What up, y'all? I'm Jim,
Big Bob.
and this is our beer review. So today we have a doozy. What do we have here, Bob?
We got ourselves the Lagunitas Super Cluster Ale. Seems to be a Citra hopped mega ale. I've never heard of a mega ale before, but it says it is of intergalactic proportions.
Looks like a clusterfuck kind of a can.
It does. I mean, looks epic. Look, like it's coming at you, one way or another.
A Citra hopped mega ale. Huh. Never had this one before.
What does it say on the top, Jimmy?
What does it say there? I can't read. Come with me if you want some squid. And to this day, I think he meant want to live, but I'll never know for sure.
That was
So I guess if you
good.
got like abducted or something.
Yeah. All right.
Read
That's
the side of
not
the
bad.
can here for us, Bob.
All right, my brother. So you are here on a speck of dust, 3 tiny rocks from the source, at the edge of something much larger, in the middle of something else, at the beginning of the end. It's a lot to wrap your head around, so take it one gulp at a time. Life is uncertain. So the Super Cluster is a Citra hopped mega ale of galactic proportions. Everything that they've learned about making hop forward beer, pale, cold, slightly crossed out, alcoholic, and bitter. So it says call them sometimes. Yeah, Lagunitas. I'm assuming this is in Cali, or where is this made out of? Petaluma? Petaluma, California, and Chicago, Illinois.
You know, one thing I have to I don't know if you could see it on the camera, but look, I don't know if you can see the tab. It looks like a meteor.
Oh, wow.
The outline, I don't know if you guys could see that, but I'll give them that.
That is really cool.
The
I've never
product,
seen that before.
the product,
The product looks cool.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, is it gonna taste as good as it looks? We'll see. We'll give it a chance. Let's see what we got.
Here it goes, man.
Smells
Oh,
good.
I got some foam coming out here.
Smells good. Let's see what we got here. Looks golden.
Definitely golden.
There you go, folks. So what type of beer? Does it say what type of beer this is?
A
It's an ale.
A mega
It's a
ale. So
mega
a
ale.
mega ale. You
I don't know what a mega.
So-
I know what an ale is, but I don't know what a mega ale
I think
is.
we'll go ahead and do a quick lookup on these bad boys. So from Lagunitas Brewing Company, it is an unlimited release. So I don't know if that means it's super limited or it's just around all the time. I don't know.
Super unlimited.
Yeah. So
Forever.
Super cluster. But it says it's a 8%
Oh
ABV.
my goodness.
On the OG level, I actually don't know what that is. If you'd like to let us know what that is in the comments, let us know. But IBU is 60.
Oof. Let's try this.
All right,
Let's
let's
see it.
do it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Huh.
No, it's not a bad beer at all.
It's not bad.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, you get that it's a Citra hop beer. I mean, you know, it's definitely not a. I don't know. Do you feel that it's an ale in your opinion?
I could see it's an ale,
Yeah,
but it has its own taste.
because it's hoppy slightly. I mean,
Yeah.
for an ale, it's on the hoppier side for an ale, but it's good.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's
I
a
guess
super
that-
cluster ale.
Yeah, and a mega ale at that, my man.
Super cluster mega ale.
Yeah, you know, and 8% ABV. You know what I mean? That means it's gonna go down. You know, it's gonna go down.
For sure, almost 3 beers to 1. Damn.
Yeah, you know, and when you drink beers like this, it tends to where, you know, your brain kind of tells you, all right, it's a stronger beer, you know, but it doesn't taste as strong.
Yeah.
So it's unassuming. You know, the hops really help it go down smooth. You know, but you do know that you're creeping up on that 8% kind of beer. So you
And that's
know
the
it's
thing that
coming.
happens sometimes with craft beer. Sometimes it's so good you don't realize you can just get hammered off of 2 or 3 of them, because a lot of people might not know that craft beers are easily like 2 or 3 times a domestic beer. So
unless it's a session ale. Or
yeah,
something
I
like
mean,
that,
you can crush, Miller Lights, Bud Lights, Budweiser a little stronger. But, you can crush those. But when you start tasting these and they're like, it doesn't taste that bad.
Yep.
And you're 4 beers in, all of a sudden you're like, oh, dang. You know what I mean? That's the craft game. You know what I mean? It's made differently on purpose. You know what I mean?
The quality ingredients, they want you to taste them. And a lot of times it's obvious and sometimes it's not, you know? And I usually tend to prefer the higher ABV beers. I know that you do too.
Yeah.
So when it does come into being in a situation where you can take a beer, have 2 of them, already be it like you just mentioned, maybe about 4 beers at that point, you're doubling up.
Yeah.
You can go through a 6-pack and achieve what most would achieve if they're going to drink like a typical 18-pack or, even sometimes even more if you're going to go down that light level.
Don't get me wrong, like
we're not hating.
Yeah,
if you grew up on that Coors Light, all
whatever
of it,
you guys like is fine. But for us, it is a little bit more expensive. A lot of people are like, well, damn, that costs $12 a 6-pack. Well, if you think about it, it's 12. It's almost like 12 beers or whatever. Like, because even though it's a 6-pack, it's 2 beers to 1.
Well said.
You know what I mean?
Bringing mathematics out of
you know what I mean. So it's like you're still getting your money worth as far as alcohol content. You know what I mean?
I agree.
A lot of people might not like the taste, but we've kind of leaned toward craft beers all the time. If I could have a craft beer over a domestic, I will. You know what I mean? Do I not like domestic all the time or anything? No, I like a domestic here and there if I'm
sure.
I want to take it easy. You know what I mean? I like Ultra. You know what I mean? I hang out with friends and whatever they're drinking, I'll drink that. You know what I mean? I'm not picky. I like beer, but if I'm gonna be at home, I'm gonna watch some fights. I'm gonna watch the game. I'm gonna go to a craft beer and I'll have 2 or 3 of those and I'm set. You know what I mean? I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit there at the bar all day drinking Miller Lights. You know what I mean?
I agree. And you always kind of get what you pay for sometimes on the quality of beer.
Yeah.
But like I said, we definitely aren't discriminating. So keep that in mind when it comes down to our beer reviews, because we definitely have our preferences just like everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. It might not be for you, but the Super Cluster Mega Ale is okay.
Yeah.
For me, I wouldn't get it again. You know what I mean? If I saw it and had a choice, I probably wouldn't. But it's okay. You know what I mean? If somebody handed it to me and said, hey, try this, I've had it before, I'm going to drink it. But if it's going to be my choosing, I probably wouldn't get it again. But it's pretty good. It's not terrible. You know what I mean? It is the greatest? No. Is it the worst? No. You know what I mean? But it's okay. It's pretty good. I like it.
And for me, I think that if I were to go to a bar and see this on draft somewhere, I do see myself ordering it one more time.
Well, I take that back because, a lot of people might not know this. Drink a Miller Lite in a can, in a bottle, and on draft. They're supposed to taste the same, but they don't. How it's supposed to be
consumed.
Yeah, it's through a keg. That's how it's supposed to be, because when it's bottled, it's processed, and it's held for God knows how long in stores and moved in between. But off a keg is what's supposed to taste, because, I've had beers in a bottle, and I'm like, it's okay. But I've had it on draft, I'm like, holy crap.
Completely different
Completely
sometimes.
different. So, you know what? You'd
give it a draft chance.
If this was on draft somewhere, only because I've had it in a can, I want to see how
challenge
it would taste.
It's like a challenge at that point, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, okay. I'll take
that
back.
See if you can win me over on the draft part.
Yeah. If I saw it somewhere on draft, I would have it. Okay, I take that back.
And the fact that it's 8% ABV.
Oh my god.
It's like, hey, if you only got 2 hours to be in a bar, you know what I mean? This wouldn't be a bad, friend to make during that time.
And there's the meteor. I don't know if you can see the meteor.
Because it's awesome. That's inventive as fuck.
That's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Compared to our last episode where they had the peel label. This is this is bad boy. They have money for marketing. You know what I mean? They got money for marketing.
Yeah, I don't know much about the Lagunitas brand. I've seen their beers all over. I know they make a little something ale. I think Christmas something, and a few other ones. But I think this is really my first Lagunitas that I've.
I think they make some IPAs too, right?
Yeah, I think I don't know which ones that I've really kind of jumped into, but this is probably the first one that I've enjoyed so far.
It's all right.
It's not too bad.
If I saw it in a can, I wouldn't get it again. But if I saw it on draft, I'd give it for sure a chance. For sure, hands down.
Keep up the high ABV, folks. Definitely.
8%
like the foray.
too?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeesh.
God, you think about that, lads. you drink 2 of those, that's 16%.
Easily 16%.
You know what I mean? A lot of like, how many beers? Like, what's
I
Bud
would
Light?
assume that a Bud Light is probably sitting around like a 4.7% alcohol. You know.
Maybe I think you're giving it more than any. Google that real quick.
All
for
right.
us. What is a domestic?
Let's do
Level.
okay. Hey Google, what is the ABV for Bud Light?
Budweiser's alcohol by volume is 5.
Oh, okay,
But that's regular Budweiser.
that's Budweiser. It's okay, so they dropped that down for Bud Light. Yeah,
So
I mean,
then maybe it's, let's see here. Let's just get it right, get it tight.
yeah, man. Because you think about it,
All right,
an
folks, drum roll.
an 8% off of one beer. That's pretty amazing. 8%.
Bud Light, ABV. Nope, that's Budweiser. Bud Light is said to have 4.2% ABV, but that was back in 2013.
So think about that. So that's it's pretty much 2 to 1. So 2 Bud Lights is one of these bad boys. So you drink 2 of these, that's 4 Bud Lights. You drink a 6-pack.
That is not to be confused with the legendary Bud Ice of all times, which is just magical. Okay, 5.6% alcohol. So I think it might have been 6.1 at one time before they had to cut it down. But yeah, don't ever let anybody discriminate that good old Bud
You know,
Ice.
but yeah, like the taste is good. Like I'm having it a couple more swigs. It's good. I like it. I mean, it's a win. Like
You
I
know?
said, I'm willing to try everything at least once.
Yeah, and I think you've always kept true to that, you know,
Yeah.
and I think on something like this, it being an 8% beer, you know, it's gonna have a slight off-puttingness. You know, sometimes I tell myself when I try crazy ass beers, and I look at the ABV and I'm like, ooh, 11%. There's got to be a little bit of evil in there. You know what I mean? It's gotta have
That's a
little
lot
bit,
of evil compared to
yeah,
this.
Exactly.
8,
you know,
damn.
8%. You know, it's going down.
It's good. I like it. It's a win.
Mm-hmm.
It's a win.
You know, and it's crazy. It does grow on you.
Yeah.
It's one of those beers, and I don't know.
I think
what
it's
it
getting
is.
better as I keep.
I
drinking it.
agree. I have to agree with you on that. You know, I do believe that there's either a palate changing process that goes on when you're drinking this beer as it goes down. But yeah, right now it definitely tastes a lot smoother than it did when it first began. I don't even know if that's like a part of the whole drinking process.
I think I want some squid.
Hey, I would definitely be down with some calamari. You know, a little bit of something like that. You know, definitely not opposed.
And to
any
this
of that.
day, I think they meant, "Do you want to live?" This is good. Good
is
marketing. Good can.
Good product. I mean, it's one of those things. Like, but I will now. I think that, you know, as a challenge to just both of us, I would love to see if there's even a place that could carry something like this on draft. I mean, it says it has what, unlimited release potential. So once again, I still don't know what that means. You know, someone could clarify what unlimited release means. I mean, does that mean you could just have a plethora of it whenever you want, or slightly
Year round.
You know,
Super cluster. Check it out.
yeah, do it up.
All right, so here we are, the second part of our show where we're doing a mystery beer. So my beautiful wife came through in the clutch as always. Wrap the crap out of this.
Wrap the crap.
I have no idea what this is. So let's find out.
Yeah, this is a great wrapping job right here.
Oh, it's a stone.
Is it?
It's a stone, so
All right.
it's gonna probably be an IPA.
Ooh, I'm
Delicious
excited.
IPA. All right.
Ooh,
All right.
I have never seen
never-
this before.
I've seen it, but I've never had it. Hiya.
Hand it over there.
All right, cool. So we got Stone Delicious IPA, a citrus IPA with lemon drop and El Dorado hops.
Yeah, get you some of that.
Damn, I've seen this before, but I haven't had it.
I mean, this is new for me, man.
Let's
You
pop
know?
that bad boy open. Let's see what's up.
Let's do this. Mashallah.
Damn.
Thank
Thank you,
my
sir.
brother.
So IPAs, we tendly like to lean toward IPAs. How my wife would say, she would call them IPAs, but Indian Pale Ales, they have a strong bite. A lot of people don't like the bite, but it depends on the type of bite if I like it or not. Sometimes it's too strong, it's too hoppy. There's double IPAs and whatnot and so on. So we'll go off of there. So delicious IPA from Stone, and Stone is a good brewery. They've been around for a minute. Bob,
long time.
go ahead and read the label for us before we have this.
this delicious beer.
Yeah, right.
You know, so when Stone developed this pleasantly bitter, deliciously citrusy, hop-driven IPA, we took it as an opportunity to go a step further with the West Coast IPA. Lemon drop and El Dorado hops provide the fruity, citrus character and hop zing that sings on the palate. We're proud to present this beer to those who already know us for their IPAs.
Boom.
Prowess for those who, so far, have only heard of the legends. So welcome, it says. Crafted to remove gluten, this beer was fermented from barley, a grain containing gluten. Crafted to reduce gluten. Gluten content of this beer cannot be verified. Blah, 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 blah.
So they tried to be a little healthier.
Yeah, a little bit, I guess. It seems like they definitely went a little bit healthy on that bad boy.
And they got the independent label on there, so
Yeah.
let everybody know they're independent. A lot of people don't know that some of the bigger companies come in and they swallow those smaller brewery companies and they brew all their stuff, so they're not independent anymore. So a lot of companies are proud to say that they're independent, and one of the biggest ones obviously is Sam Adams, and Stone is right there too. So a lot of the times when you go buy a beer, if you see, I don't know if you can see this label there, it says independent. So they pretty much saying, hey, we're independent. So
we own ourselves.
We own ourselves. Like, we're, Anheuser-Busch doesn't own us, and, it's not paying us to brew this stuff. It's actually them. So we tend to like those kind of breweries, but
Definitely.
You know what I mean? But there's some, sometimes the bigger companies will swallow a great small company, and hey, it is what it is. But Stone is holding it down, so.
And I think it's, 7.7% alcohol.
Is that what it is on here?
I believe so, my man.
Oof. Here we go.
Need to turn that bad boy around. It's right there.
Bang. 7.7. So earlier on, we had an 8.
And this is our 7.7.
Oof.
So this is that 16% we were basically talking about. Cheers.
Definitely IPA.
Oh, yeah. And it's crazy. It's like an earthy IPA, though. Different than, I believe, than the IPA. I think we showed you guys a Tropical Torpedo in our other video.
Which you could check that out.
Please do. This is definitely different. I'm not too sure if it is because of the lemon drop hops, but there is a slight more bitterness to this beer than I would say your typical IPA. But it's good bitterness. I mean, I appreciate it, and when it hits you,
it's tough.
It hits you.
It's tough up front.
It's kind of earthy, truly.
It's
I
tough
think that's a
up front.
good way to put it. It's a prevalent, strong tasting IPA. I think out of all of the times that when you go home and you're trying a stronger IPA, I think this one is definitely on the stronger era of good flavor, hoppy. Hits some notes on the refreshing part, but really it's earthy. It's an earthy IPA. I believe that's probably the best way I can describe this beer.
And you think about that 7.7 is pretty good, and this beer was $5.59.
Not bad at all.
So I mean, that's 2 beers. So if you go somewhere, how much are you paying for a Bud Light or Miller Lite when you go to a bar? $3, $3.25. You go to a freaking liquor company or a store, get one of these bad boys.
Yeah, $6, 7%. I mean, come on. You're gonna go home. You grab 2 or 3 of those, and you don't have to grab the same one. I mean, you know how good Stone does it, guys. They're gonna give you a few other options at the same price point, and you can go home with getting yourself pretty waylaid on a decent price point, and then not have to go into drinking, treating your kidneys like you're drinking water.
Yeah, one of the beers that I would recommend from Stone that I personally like is Tangerine Express.
Good stuff.
That's what like we were saying earlier. A lot of people think that the fruit is gonna be big. It isn't, you know what I mean? But it's just a hint. But Tangerine Express is one of those that is pretty good. But Stone does a good job of doing IPAs. Their thing, if you look up Stone, is they're all IPAs. You know what I mean? So they're all Indian Pale Ales, and then they just put a twist on their own thing. So
they do a good job with it, and I think they make a weird stout. It's like Woot Stout. I don't know, something like that. Tried it one time. It's a great beer.
Woot woot.
Yep, Woot.
Not too bad.
I always want to just throw out there that when it comes to IPAs, the flavor profiles that they describe, what they put into the beer, they usually tend to be more pronounced than what you would get in your other lagers, your wheat ales, and your other beers. And I think that's something that we both appreciate.
Yeah.
I think
because like when you read the label, you taste the ingredients. You know what I mean? You really do. And that's the thing about these type of craft beers is that whatever they put into it is they putting it for a reason. You know what I mean? There's a lot of marketing right now for Bud Light or whatever where they use like minimal ingredients. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, great. You're drinking water. Fine. And you're getting a little drunk. Fine. But if you're going to drink a craft beer, you want to taste the ingredients. That's what I'm drinking a craft beer for. You know what I mean?
I agree. When someone starts describing to you, lemon drop hops, I've not grabbed me a bunch full of lemon drop hops. You know what I mean?
But I can taste it.
Yeah, it's like I don't know exactly what that is, but if you're telling me it's in there and this is what the aromas give and the flavor profile is trying to yell at you with, it's good stuff. And in the 7.7 ABV. Truly, I've always kind of asked myself, this is a good question, Jimmy. Are craft beers healthier than, the ingredients going, are hops healthy for us?
I don't know.
Are these?
Let us know. We're not experts. By far, we are not experts, and I'll be upfront. But I've had enough beers to tell you how they taste or not taste or whatever. But as far as like the health concern, I have no idea.
Everyone says lemongrass is great for you. Wouldn't lemon drop hops be somewhere in that like category? Whatever comes into this beer goes into you. It can't be horrible,
right?
Right?
They're putting it out there everywhere, man.
Yeah. All the other beers got barley, yeast, and hops and water. This just adds some more good stuff to it.
Right. Stone, delicious IPA. Check it out.
Check it out.
Not too bad. Sure. 7.7. Pretty good.
Not bad at all, guys.
Thanks for stopping by. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We enjoy doing this stuff. Let us know if there's any beers out there you want us to try out. Keep in mind that we live in the Southwest. We're limited on the craft beer game, so if there's something we can get at Specs or liquor stores, you let us know.
Definitely hit the subscribe button. Come back, hit us up for our next episode. We're already lining up our next lineup, so once again, like Jimmy said, please let us know if there's any crazy beers you want us to see because it means a lot to us. And we're definitely gonna hit it back up.
We're willing to try everything once. You know what I mean? We appreciate y'all. Peace.